Welcome to all you Cancerians for the month. This is your monthly horoscope for the month of June 2016, and for some of you, happy birthday for the ones who are having a birthday at the end or around the end of June. So what is this month all about for you Cancerians out there? Well, it's a very dynamic month. It's a very dynamic month, positive energy for you when it comes to your intentions because of Mars and Scorpio. But let's get started with this full square that is going on in the skies. Around the 5th of the month we have a new moon. We have a new moon in the sign of Gemini, which is just the sign before you. And it's not just a typical new moon with the sun and the moon in Gemini and that's it. Always marking a new beginning. For you, a new beginning, maybe letting go of something. But in a natural way, not in, I need to let go. No, letting go of something, a situation that's no longer suiting you, a pattern that is no longer suiting you. And it goes quite, and it's on an intellectual level that you can let go of that. But it's even deeper because there is a little asteroid called Vesta in a conjunction with that new moon. And what is Vesta all about? That little asteroid is all about focus. It's all about dedication. It's all about devotion, sense of purpose. It's devotion to a higher purpose. It's hard work as well. So there is a lot, you could say, for you, that this is going on a very subtle energy. So it's not really in your face there, but on a very subtle, unconscious almost energy, you are preparing yourself for new connections with all there is, you could say. It's a very spiritual kind of transit for you. And it's about letting go. It's about letting go what doesn't, with forgiveness. Let's put it that way. It's about letting go with forgiveness. But you're very devoted to do so. You're very focused to do so as well. And on a mind level, that is. What else is going on? Well, there is a bit of tension because there is a full square. Now in astrology, why do we have full squares? We have that when there needs to be made some changes. Then when you see, for instance, a solar return, a full square, the next year after that solar return is mostly a year where a lot of changes are done. Now, for us, this happens as well on a collective level, that around August, September time, a lot of us will shift in energies and we'll have changed some things, some situations. For you, Cancerians, this happens a lot on an intellectual level. So you can say that there is a lot of change going on with the Cancerians when it comes to their understanding of the world, their understanding of themselves, because the Jupiter, the expansive energy, the meaningfulness energy is in your environment of your intellect, of your thinking, the way that you think, the way that you collect information, and it opposes Neptune in your 9th house, which is all about having maybe different beliefs at the same time, which can be very confusing. But at the same time, you have their Saturn, the planet Saturn in your, so a very real planet in a very real house. So Saturn is in the house of work and the house of your health, and it opposes that new moon in the 12th house. So because you are in the midst, certainly the first 2 weeks of the month, you're dealing with something that you let go of, and on a health basis, not only physically but also mentally, emotionally, that will give you more space and more it's like you get liberated because you set some boundaries there. That's how I interpret this in the most general way. On another level, it could mean that hard work is a bit harder for you because Saturn is there in your 6th house, and that means that you've got responsibilities there. So maybe you are thinking about changes when it comes to work, and you can certainly around August time when Mars and Saturn goes direct in that house. But now is a time of planning that and taking those steps and not skipping one step. So very perseverance is very important here, but also that strategic attitude, which I already talked about, I think, last month. So a lot of changes, yes, a lot of energies that are a bit, how would I say, a bit scattered, a bit of scattered energy. So prepare yourself that this month will be a bit hectic on the levels that I just talked about. So for you, mostly on intellectual level, also could be on a level of work and health. So working hard on your health is also very important, not running away from things that you see very clearly when it comes to your health. And then you've got the Mars in Scorpio, which is very nice for you because Scorpio is a fellow water sign, and that goes well with your energy, and it's in your 5th house. So this is the most playful house. It's the 5th house is the house of creativity. So you could be, because it goes backwards, retrograde, and Mars is your action. So you're thinking or rethinking some actions when it considers your hobbies, your children. So there could be a change of attitude towards your children, but in a good way. But not without first digging deep, because the Mars is in Scorpio, and Scorpio is a very deep sign of investigation and going to the root of the matter. Or you're going back towards a hobby that you used to have when you were, a long time ago maybe, or not so long ago. The 5th house is a house of hobbies and of pleasure. Or so it's good to have Mars in your 5th house, because I find Cancerians are very creative, and if that was a bit on a low level, you can find your creativity back with this energy. Last but not least, Jupiter trines Pluto again. So that happened already around the beginning of March, and that's repeated around the 26th of the month, but you feel it the whole month. Jupiter in a nice trine with Pluto. This is one of my favorite aspects. And for you, it's again on that intellectual level. And also on a social level. So there could be some people from the environment or people who are very close to you that you see more of their support, or you are supporting them more. The bond is getting stronger. So for those of you who are in a relationship, it's great. Because you can strengthen the bonds. And for those of you who are single, it's great to meet someone, a powerful, charismatic person, because it's Pluto in your 7th house. Having said that, I wish you a very good month, you dear Cancerians. Check out the other video that I made separately about that drama of triangle. It's about Mars, and it's about how you can apply your Mars at its best. So if you think you're a bit in a drama story somewhere, check out that video. It might help. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next month. Bye-bye.